Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. It is Star here, and welcome back to another comic book review for the week of March 16th. This week we have a single comic from Marvel, and that is Halcyon Legacy, issue number 2. And awesome! Look at that, we have Aurra on the cover. Aurra, we haven't seen this character in any kind of Star Wars media in a long time, so I'm very excited to get into this review as a prequel fan. So, we do know that the crux, the framing of this story is set during the sequel trilogy aboard the Halcyon, which is the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is now open. And we have the people that are aboard this cruiser. They're just trying to go for, a little vacation. They get set upon by the Crimson Jack character. And he is thinking that there's a resistance spy aboard the Halcyon, which if he gets the spy and brings him back to the First Order, he'll get a good payday. So that's where we're at right now. We have the Crimson Jack is chasing them and they're trying to get away. So we have the director of the cruise as well as the captain who are kind of bickering like, oh, should we stop? No, we can't, and all this stuff. And they find out that there's a solar flare that if they go near it and they go close enough, they could try to get the Crimson Jack off of their tail. And that's where we have the droid that is part of this of the Halcyon, which is, hey, I have another flashback. And that's really the framing, is this droid has been in active employment of this cruiser since, well, droids can be employed that way, since, it was made in the High Republic. Last time we had a High Republic story. This time we have a story that they are remembering that is set, before the events of Attack of the Clones, because we have a story about Zam Wessell and Aurra. And it's also on the Halcyon. We have this person that is aboard that has piled up this gambling debt. Apparently one of his kids has gotten taken off the ship and by these Weequay pirates. So he hires Aurra, and she also has her partner, Zam Wessell, to go after and get this person for some money, right? She's a bounty hunter after all, but it's a more noble deed because she's not killing somebody, she's rescuing somebody rather. So they go down to Numidian Prime, which I believe has been referenced in some Star Wars material before, and they have this big fight, Aurra, with this pterodax, which is like this real weird looking kind of manticore-ish creature for familiar with Witcher series. So we get to see Aurra in action here. She's using her trademark sniper rifle. She's getting just really close to taking this thing out, takes it out, and then she has to deal with the Weequays that have this kid hostage. It turns out that Zam Wessell actually impersonates, as a Claudite, one of the Weequays to get the jump on them, and that's how they rescue this kid, and then they get back to the Halcyon before they reach the solar flare, which is the whole setup and how this comes back full circle to the framing story in the sequel trilogy. And that's where this issue leaves off, because we go back to present day and they're kind of skirting the edge of the solar flare, and that's where we'll get into for issue number 3. So I really have been enjoying this story as a story that is centered around the Galactic Star Cruiser. I think they're doing an admirable job with Will Sliney on the artwork, Ethan Sachs, the writer, with giving us a story that is set upon this adventure that, I'll be honest with you guys, not a lot of us are going to be able to get on, right? It's about $5,000 for just 2 people to go on this thing. Most Star Wars fans are unfortunately not going to be able to see this, but at least we're getting a story that's not so shoved down your throat about this Galactic Star Cruiser, because we're having cool stories like an Aurra story and a Buryaga story before this one, and we're going to get a Padme story, we're going to get a Bosk story. There's cool stuff that's happening. I like this team that's in charge because they have done the Galaxy's Edge Batu story, which I thought was really good as well. Same sort of framing device with different stories each issue, right? I do like seeing the Hutts and about how the Hutts were kind of in power around that prequel era that eventually buy the Halcyon, and they have the Halcyon as their own. And I think that's a kind of a canon tidbit they mentioned when you're actually on the Galactic Star Cruiser from some reviews I heard. But I do like the characters. I like the director, how they're introduced of the cruise. I like how the captain's introduced and how there's bickering. I like how we're getting a person that's, a passenger, a new passenger aboard. I like that we're getting that perspective we're able to see through their eyes. And the artwork is fantastic. Will Sliney and the creative design crew on this is incredible. The panel design of Aurra fighting the pterodax and all that, those cool, exciting movements. Just the features. I love the artwork of Will Sliney, man. He's got some of the best work in the business. But what'd you guys think of Halcyon issue number 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars, I have my Outer Rim Transmission podcast I do every single week. You guys can watch us or listen to us on any of your podcast streaming services. And I've just been putting up some reviews. I put up a review of Queen's Hope, which is the final of the Padme trilogy of young adult novels from Lucasfilm, Disney Lucasfilm Press. So you can go ahead and check out that review on the channel as well. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel and let me know what you think about these comics and these different reviews. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out just around the corner, so I'll be talking about that a lot more as we get closer. But that's going to do it for me here for this week on the channel for my comic talk. Hope to see you guys. Hope to hear back from you guys next week. That's going to do it for me, Star. But thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @StarRaptor.